Hey Tarosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I am here with day 12 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. So today's question is, what started you reading tarot and why do you continue to read? So that's a question I've answered a few times in different videos, and we're going to do a little different today. So why don't you pour yourself a nice icy cold glass of beer. Delicious. Pull up a seat and listen to a story, kids. All right. Once upon a time, when I was young, I was kind of an asshole. And I read tarot because I knew it would piss off my mom and my dad. And I like to fight authority. But then I had kind of an intellectual awakening. An aha moment, if you will. And I decided it was time to leave home. And I struck out into the world without thinking about it twice. It was a very brash, bold action, actually. And I put tarot away for a bit. I took a rest from it. And there was a lot of partying with my friends and having a good time being out on my own. But times weren't always so great. And occasionally, like a thief in the night, I would sneak in a little tarot reading. But I didn't always listen to what it had to say. Until fate kind of, worked its magic. And I met my now husband. And our relationship moved really fast. And we decided to enter into a committed relationship. We went to work every day. Like good doobies. We bought a house. And I thought I had absolutely everything I could ever wanted, but I didn't appreciate it. I was kind of a sore winner. And I started to become discontent with what I had. Mostly with work. I thought I could do better. So I had an idea. A passion, if you will. And I started to make a plan. And like an idiot, I decided that I would open my own store. Dog store. And the day that I opened those doors felt so amazing. I felt victorious. I felt like I had everything I could possibly want, and I was a woman in charge of my own destiny. But then the stress started setting in. And it was a lot of hard work. They tell you it's hard work, but it's a lot of hard work. And I started to feel like I started to feel isolated. And my once happy home became a place of bickering because of how much time I was spending at work. So I drew, and every day I was drawing on my reserves of inner strength. But ultimately, I still felt trapped. And I couldn't appreciate the stuff, I really couldn't see the good stuff that was still in my life. And then one day, I had the worst day at work ever. I just felt so betrayed. Couldn't even. It was like the worst day. So I decided that I would go and grab the spare deck of tarot cards that a friend had given me out of the office at work, and I did a reading. And the card said, "Sure, you have what you want, but at what cost? And do you really like the person you've become?" I was heartbroken. But it was also the start of something new and amazing for me. I felt renewed. I decided to go on a bit of a spiritual journey because I needed to make some decisions in my life. And also, tarot brought me hope. It was a new passion. It was emotionally fulfilling. It was fun. And that really got me going on this amazing path. But when you're first learning tarot, it is so confusing. So I decided that I would join the Eclectic Tarot Forum and talk to people who knew what they were doing. I started studying and I took a class. And I realized that tarot gives you a lot of tools. I felt on top of the world and for the first time really in charge. Like really in charge. But I'm still balancing. I'm still juggling. I'm still learning to handle all the stuff that I've got going on in my life. You know, there's still a bunch going on there. So we're still working on trying to figure out how to get the most out of my time and still spend time at work and family and tarot and all that good stuff. So we're still doing a little bit of juggling. And sometimes I still feel stuck. And sometimes I have to defend what I do. And we all do. We all have to defend tarot and beliefs and all that good stuff against people who don't quite understand what we're going through. And it is a lot of hard work, but it's rewarding and fulfilling work. And the community is really giving and amazing. And it's sparked a new interest for a new direction in my future. It's potentially a new career path for me. And sometimes it takes a little bit of our money, even when we should be hanging on to it. Deck collecting isn't cheap. And it's made me realize that it's time for me to really move on and start a new chapter in my life, which is sad. And sometimes it's scary because there's a lot of, there's a lot of unknown factors, but everything has to end so that way you can have a new beginning. And I'm looking for that, ultimately, that perfect balance in my life. And tarot brings me so much joy. And it will give me more time with my family. The end. I hope you enjoyed my little story. That's why I read tarot, and I thought it would be a fun way to do it. So I will see you tomorrow, Tarot Sphere, where it will be your best, worst, or most memorable tarot moments for 2017, and I might need another beer for that. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow.